Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you do not know, my name is Ollie and today's video is a LGBT Q&A and it's all like talking about sexuality and coming out and things like that, because the day you're watching this is my 8-year anniversary of since I've come out. So I came out at 13 and I'm now 21. That's 8 years. That's nearly a decade I have been like me and like myself, which is crazy. So to celebrate, I put on my Instagram story a questions box for you guys to basically put in any question about the LGBT, coming out, my experience, advice, literally anything to do with it, because I figured I've got a lot of LGBTQI plus followers, so why not give a dedicated video just purely to them to celebrate partly my 8 years, but also to celebrate them and maybe help them and answer some questions. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. So the first one is, do you care about people's labels? And literally the straight answer is no. The straight answer, funny. The literal answer is no. Like, I don't care who you are, I don't care what you identify as, where you come from, I don't care about anything apart from who you are on the inside. Personally, for me, like, I wouldn't not be friends with you or be around you if you were like a black transgender male. I don't register people as you're white, gay, male. I don't register people as that. I register as who you are. I don't get why you wouldn't do that, because who someone loves or where they're from or what they believe in, it doesn't affect who they are. As long as you're a good person on the inside, that's all I care about. The next one is, did you at any point feel ashamed to be gay? Did I? I don't know if I was ashamed. I do remember one moment, which I don't think lasted very long, but I literally remember, and I remember exactly where it was. I remember everything about this scene. I don't know why this sticks in my head so much, but it just does. But I remember I was stood in this room and it was just me, and I remember looking in the mirror. I think I was about 13, 12, I think it was before I came out. I was like, we're gonna wake up at some point and this isn't gonna be here anymore. I remember being like, you're not gonna have to tell people, because if you keep it in, you're not gonna have to tell anyone, or you're not gonna have to, it's gonna go away kind of thing. I remember being really scared of actually telling my family. Like, I remember thinking like, it's gonna go away. So I don't know if that's ashamed. I guess it is a bit of a shame, because like, yeah, I didn't tell anyone. I was hoping it was gonna go away, because the thought of coming out is like terrifying. No matter how obvious you are, no matter what, in your head it is scary. I don't think I was ashamed, but then I also think I didn't love it, so I don't know. The next one is, would you want your children to be gay? I wouldn't care. If I ever have children, I don't care who they are, what they are, anything, as long as they're happy. I wouldn't care. Like, surely all you want for your children is to be happy. Honestly, couldn't care less. The next one is, have you ever thought about having something with a girl? I've never sat and thought about like, ooh, I'd love to have a relationship with a girl. There has been times where I've been like initially attracted to a girl, but I've not then thought, okay, we could date. Yes, it's crossed my mind, but I've never like deeply thought about it and anything. So yes, but not really. Were you worried about ruining a relationship that you had with your parents if they didn't take it well? No, because I think I knew deep down my parents would accept me. I knew they wouldn't kick me out or they wouldn't anything like that, but it's just scary to actually say it. I wasn't worried about ruining a relationship with them. I think it's just worrying about what they're initially going to actually say and be like, and like how it changes the dynamics of the family. But no, I wasn't worried about ruining a relationship. So I got asked this one quite a lot, and it was, how do you cope with the homophobia you get and any other kind of it you see on TikTok? And then they put love you with a heart, so I love you too, thank you. So if I ever see any of was like homophobia, I don't get involved. If I see like two people on the internet arguing, I just don't get involved, because I don't know what they're arguing about. I don't know what started it. I don't know their relationship. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I see people bullying and targeting one person, I've like either commented on their post like a compliment or something nice, try and like boost love and positivity on their page, but I've never really got involved in the hate. I've not tried to stop the hate, I've just tried to boost more positivity, because I don't want to get involved in the hate. I have had actually one scenario, and this is the only one that sticks out of my mind. I was on a live stream once on TikTok, and you can request to join people, and I had one guy join one. He literally was like, are you gay? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, why? And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, God didn't want you this way, you're a sinner, you're wrong. And I was like, why am I? I was like, all I do is love someone. Why is that wrong? I was like, I don't get it. And long story short, I literally ended up just kicking him off live. I was like, I can't be asked for this. I mean, I didn't argue, it doesn't even bother me. Like, that's the point, it doesn't actually bother me, because I think your opinion doesn't mean anything to me. I don't know who you are. You don't like me loving someone, that's your problem. That's your own insecurity and issue. It's not my issue. I have a thing where I'm like, if I wouldn't ask for you for advice, I'm not going to take your criticism or your hate or your opinion, because I wouldn't come for you for your advice. So I'm not going to take away what you think of me, because I don't care. Do you know what I mean? So that's kind of how I respond. I don't care. The next one is advice on coming out to parents. So, okay, so everyone's is different. Like, I know a lot of people who have come out in either as trans or as gay or as lesbian or as bi or anything, I've seen so many people and so many different coming out stories and ways. So for me, I told my mum first, and I literally did it in person. It kind of came out. I hadn't planned to, it just came out. But if you want to see my full story, coming out story, that'll be linked down below, and it was with me and my mum, and we talk about everything that happened when I came out. First of all, I think make sure like you've got a safe place to go if it doesn't go well. Honestly honest, it can go not well. Obviously you hear stories of people that get kicked out or like they get disowned. So first of all, make sure you've either got a friend or another family member or someone where you can go to if say it doesn't go too well, or your parents need space to come to terms with it, because that does happen. I mean, sadly, and it is a smaller percentage that I know of, but it does happen. So make sure you've got a safe place to go if things just don't go the way you want. Like in terms of actually saying it or doing it, I think you genuinely have got to just do it. It's like ripping off a plaster. It's never going to be the right time, or it's never going to be an easy time to do it. So you just have to do it when you're ready, when you know who you are, you're happy, and like you feel like, okay, I'm ready to do it now. Do it then. Like just do it. Just like whether you send a text, an email, you do it in person, like you tell like maybe your sibling and then they tell your family. There's so many ways around it. Just find the easiest way for you, and don't feel pressured or rushed to do it. Like do it when you are ready. Also don't overthink it. Like in your head, okay, and this is coming from someone who's done it, in your head it's the biggest thing in the world, and like it's just like, I remember feeling like my whole world was going to crumble, everyone was going to change, like we might have to move like countries. Like I didn't really think that, but you know what I mean. Like I just thought it was going to be a big deal. I told my mum, she told my dad, they told my brothers, we all had a bit of a hug, so obviously we spoke about it, and then life was back to normal really. It doesn't change who you are as a person, so you're expecting so much to change and so much to happen. Nothing really changes. People just know who you are and you're able to be yourself. So honestly, just don't overthink it and just do it when you're ready, and make sure you've got loved ones around you to support you. That's it really. Your experience in secondary school being part of the LGBT community. So I came out to my family when I was 13. I never officially like came out to my school, I don't think until like maybe I was 16. I never told my school. I never announced it to people. I feel like once I told my closest people, like I told like meals who you've seen in a video before. So I told my immediate people, and then I just started being me, and then people knew. I mean, to be fair, I do think most people knew anyway. I was never like the subtle kid who like people questioned. I think it was fairly obvious. Like I just do. So for me, it was fine. In high school, I never got any homophobia. I never felt different. I never felt anything. I mean, my school year was very diverse. We had a lot of diversity, a lot of different LGBTQI features or something. Like we had a lot of diversity basically. We had a lot of flavour. So yeah, it was fine really. It was great. So the next one is, would you change your sexuality? No, because if I changed my sexuality, I wouldn't be who I am. Who knows what job I'd be doing? Who knows if I'd be doing social media? Who knows? Do you know what I mean? Like, so no, I wouldn't change because it's who I am. And I'm happy with who I am. So no, I wouldn't. Someone's asked, how many partners have you had? Is that like boyfriends, or is that like sexual partners, or I'm gonna take it as like relationships. And I've had officially 2, one ex and George, and then I've had like speaking bits in between with people, and like some more serious than others and whatever. But yes, I've had 2 official partners. One was very early on and like a whole thing, and George is 100% being like my main first head over heel like relationship in love with. Like we've been together now for over 4 years now, so which I'm glad, because I've always wanted like my first real love to be my final love, and hopefully things are going well, so hopefully it'll work out like that. The next one is, did you struggle to accept yourself? If so, what advice do you have about self-acceptance? I don't think I struggled to accept myself. I think I struggled with other people accepting me, really. I think I always thought everyone else would have a problem with it, so it kind of gave me a problem with it. I didn't struggle accepting me, I was fine with it, really. It was just the thought of other people not accepting it. Everyone kind of did, really. My advice is, you just have to be yourself, and then the right people will filter into your life, and it will also filter out the wrong people. So then everyone around you will accept who you are, you'll accept who you are, and you'll be happy. Like, be yourself always. Never apologise for who you are, and never change who you are for anyone or anything. It's not worth it. It's your life, be who you are, embrace who you are, and you'll have the best time. That's all I've got to say about that. Next one is, what stigma do you hate the most? Is that about like stigma about being gay? Well, if it is, I'm going to take it as that, because I actually have an answer for this. Hate is far too strong. I don't hate anything, that's far too strong. The thing I dislike most, like stigma, that I dislike the most, is that gay men fancy straight men. Some might do, okay, but it's not all the gay men, and it's not all the straight men that think this, but it's also not all the gay men that fancy the straight men. I have never, ever fancied the straight man. I personally don't get how, because I'm like, you don't have like a chance. If they're straight, they're not interested, so I don't get why. I just don't get it, and it's not something I've ever done, and it kind of makes it uncomfortable uncomfortable sometimes between me and a straight male, because it's like, do they think I fancy them because I've said hello? Because I really don't. I'm just trying to be friendly. Like, that's probably the worst thing. It's like, I just don't want to make anyone uncomfortable, and I don't want to be uncomfortable, but I don't fancy you, okay? You're not my type, I'm not your type. Let's just be friends, you know? Like, that's what annoys me the most. But then again, it's just the right people in your life. Like, because I've got straight male friends, pretty sure they all know I don't fancy them, because I just don't. If I had one who was like, you don't fancy me, do you? I'm like, you're not a friend for me. You need to get out of my circle, because I couldn't do it. That's the stigma I don't like the most. Okay, so the final question is, what's your opinion on people who sleep around? Weirdly enough, that question got asked like more than once, so I'm going to answer it. I don't have an opinion on people who sleep around. Why would I? Like, it's your business. It's not my business what you do. As long as you're safe and like healthy, have a great time. I'm gonna leave it there. I hope you enjoy. I hope it helps some of you. I really do. You know what? In my phone it actually says, left Narnia. And I love that. I did that when I first came out, because I put it in my calendar. Every phone I've had on that day, it says left Narnia every year, and I love that. I was a witty little closeted boy back then because I had left Narnia. Do you get it? I had left the wardrobe, left the closet 8 years ago. All people want is for you to be happy and yourself. That's all anyone wants in life. And your friends and family most likely want that for you as well. Bite the bullet, guys. Come out, be yourself, love who you are, be unique. Plus, actually guys, I also want to thank everyone who DMs me saying they've just come out because of me, or they are thinking of coming out because of watching my videos and stuff, or like I've helped them come out. Those DMs, I actually can't explain how happy they make me, and they make me feel like I'm doing something good for my social media, and like it's actually worth it. But things like that make me the happiest. It's helping people and making people happy and helping you love yourself and be who you are. That stuff, it sounds really like cringy, but it genuinely makes me so happy. So everyone who has DM'd me saying that, I don't think I've not replied to a single one, but thank you so much for the people who DM me those things, because like you go out your way like to thank me or telling me I've helped you in some sort of way, and that I couldn't be more grateful for. That is like my favourite thing. Like, so thank you so much for everyone who's done that. But also thank you for everyone who sent in the questions and the comments and everything on the Instagram poll. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. If you enjoyed today's video, then please make sure you smash a like button and subscribe to my channel down below so you don't miss another video from me. And I will see you next Thursday with another video. Thank you.